It's the Mind of Moz Experience on Triple S Radio. You know the vibes.
All right. So by now, I shouldn't have to say anything because you can actually see me before the listeners. Listeners, the ones that's still listening to Triple S Radio right now. I'm with DJ J-Ronin.
Yes, sir. See the Ronin with the samurai.
Speaking of which, here's something I asked J-Ronin around the time that I first did a recording with him. And this is when I recorded a song called Never Gave a Fuck. And I so loosely say that word right now because we're not on FM right now. 1 month away, ladies and gentlemen. Clap it up. Know what I mean? But
yeah,
Ronin. If y'all hear Ronin part, I mean, I don't know how old some of y'all are, but I used to love the Ronin Warriors. So straight up, did it have anything to do with the Ronin Warriors?
What year was that? Ronin Warriors.
Ronin Warriors. I think that was 90, maybe. Well, see, the Ronin Warriors was out way before that. You know, Japanimation.
Right. So
Americanized.
What it was I was a street kid from Brooklyn. I was into martial arts, all the samurai stuff, and then different criminal organizations was trying to get me to work with them. And I was like, nah, I'm doing my own thing. Like, oh, you a Ronin? You watching all the anime? You think you a Ronin warrior? And so it was the concept of a Ronin, a masterless samurai, and also Ronin warriors kind of together. You know, and at first people was trying to blame, oh, you think you a Ronin? And, you know, I was into Lone Wolf and Cub, whichever tattoo of Ogamo Ito, you know, from the Baby Cart Assassin series, the movies, or the manga, if you read that. And, you know, I grew up watching a lot of samurai movies, Yojimbo, all the Toshiro Mifune movies, the Musashi trilogy as a kid. So, you know, that really influenced me. The idea of not bowing before anyone. I mean, I bow before people, you know, it's a sign of respect, but you know, not
There's a difference between
working. I work with people. I don't work for anybody. And anybody that works with me understand it's a good look for them to work with me. It's not, you know, you don't hire me we collaborate. And then you pay me money as tribute. Like it's not.
Let's get into something real quick. I love how he put that right there. You don't pay, you contribute. When it comes down to contributing, getting your artists to contribute, because I noticed that when you see some work done by DJ Ronin, you'll see contributing artists. It's different than just feature, ladies and gentlemen. Like that's an acknowledgement. Like that's a group acknowledgement. That's a all the way around acknowledgement. It's not just like shady behind the door business, anything like that.
No, I'm cool with
those who
everybody I'm working with. You know, a lot of times artists, I'm getting them verse money, getting them show money, you know, getting them production for their albums. They might not be cool with this team of artists over here, and I'll make that connection so people collaborate.
So I mean, is there any? It's all off of your rapport, or is it really how the business is set up? Like money's here and money's sent there.
Nah, it's not about the money. It's about the respect, first and foremost, with me and the people I work with. I networked really hard. I took that saying, your network is your net worth, and I went out, you know, starting in the 90s, late 90s, going out to thousands of hip hop shows and events. And networking and meeting people and you know, figuring out ways. Okay, I do this and this. You need that done. I could do that, and you know, maybe you can help me with this, and getting cool with people and just, you know, building with people. That's the most genuine way it could be. You know, if you're only paying for things from people, then you're only a customer.
There you go.
Like the song, you know.
Let that be a lesson to everybody out there. Networking is key. Make yourself an asset.
Right, exactly.
Not a liability. Be an asset.
You gotta put yourself in other people's shoes and say, what do they need that I could provide? And you know, and figure out you know, where you can fit in.
And that's not that's just like the mastery of a true hustler anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like they will sell you. You are going to survive. You are going to make money. You have to adapt to what's going on. Know the scene, ladies and gentlemen. If you're gonna break the law, know the laws you're breaking.
Yep.
So when it comes to fans, how do you go about that? Because I mean, you have some fans that are touchy-feely. You got some fans, you have male fans sometimes that just don't know how to approach. You get what I'm saying? Like they want to congratulate.
Yeah,
but
it's weird. You got people that are too gangster to show love, but they really love what you're doing, and it's like they're like, yo, what up, fam? How you been? So I like what you're doing, fam. I'm like, yo, thank you, brother. Like, and then you got people who are like, oh my God. Like some people just love, a certain mixtape I did back in the day, and they'll go crazy. Yo, I played that mixtape 1,000 times. Oh my God, and like, yo, thank you. It's nice to meet you. And I try to keep it humble, man. A lot of fans that I've met have ended up, becoming part of my promotional team. And I appreciate it. You got to figure out where people can fit in sometimes. Like I said before, I appreciate the love. I don't mess with I'm married, so I don't mess with the groupies. And even before, I didn't really deal with the groupies because I felt I didn't really fully trust them.
I mean, as you shouldn't. I think we've seen a lot of greats out there, get tied into a lot of things that.
Right. Yeah, I don't have no illegitimate kids running around.
There ain't no little.
You ain't taking my passport for not paying some wild child support. Yeah.
Oh man, shout out to the late. Yeah. I'm gonna just say that. Shout out to the late greats. But
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So when it comes down to the come down, anybody that's trying to be, all right, let's put on one hat for a second. Anybody that's trying to be a DJ, how forth which do you think is the first step of becoming a successful DJ?
Give it one. It's a lot. One, having the knowledge of the musical genres you're trying to DJ, and you should know several. Like, yeah, I'm in the hip hop, classic to new, different subgenres of that, R&B, funk, soul, roots, reggae, dance hall, know some rock and roll. You got to know your music, know your different eras, know how to read a crowd just by looking at them, how they're dressed, their age. You can figure out what they're into sometimes. A lot of times, if you got to know to analyze people. So know about the music, know the history of the music, and know how to read your crowd and play with, what'll get them moving. And then from there, like I said, network, figure out what kind of DJ you want to be. Do you want to be a party DJ? Do you want to be doing mixtapes? Do you want to be on the radio? Or, you want to do all those things together? Because it all, have the trifecta going.
Yes. That you need that trifecta, the triforce.
So a real DJ knows the music. And yeah, it's good that, you have your Serato and all that. But have a vinyl collection too. Because certain parties is vinyl only. Some parties is only 45 small records only, the singles.
Wow. Okay.
So you gotta have your collection, not everything can't be the computer. Computer's cool. Yeah, I use Serato, DJ Pro for my gigs. And sometimes I use a little controller if I'm on the road. Certain clubs don't have turntables. And I'm not carrying, turntables,
There you go, right?
All over the world. I can't do it. I know they did that back in the day, but they had a bigger budget back in the day for that. So if I can't use turntables, then I use a controller. I bring it with me on tour,
So I would definitely say part of that lesson, ladies and gentlemen, that I definitely took from it, educate yourself in your craft.
Right. Know your music, know your equipment, and know different kinds of equipment, how to set it up. Because sometimes DJ, you got to be on the fly and set up, and the mix, you come to a club sometimes and the mix is looking crazy. No crossfader. You just got knobs. You got to go there like this with two knobs. Old school disco mixers, which I hate.
It's just like math. It's just like when they try to make sure you don't use the calculator to do that long division. Know what I mean? You're going to be asked out later on when you ain't got the calculator.
Right. It gets crazy. You got to know all that though, you know, and work on your skills. I'm not a turntablist, but there's a lane for that. Being a good show DJ with an artist, they want sometimes turntablism. So, you know, being able to do that, rocking with the artist, you know, seeing how they move, and you know what, he's getting out of breath right here. Let me do some backup vocals. I mean, you know, he's doing good right here, and the crowd knows this record right here. So I'm gonna mess with the crossfader so the crowd could come in on certain words, you know.
So you have basically put, the DJ carries the whole. It comes back to the element, all elements,
right?
Back to the DJ. The mic that's the truth.
The DJ is the first element in the hip hop.
Exactly.
You know, from Kool Herc on down. So
shout out to the whole Cedric Ave. Cedar and Cedric. Shout out to that whole area right there. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that said, giving up thanks to the forefathers, we're getting into Martin X.
That's Frank Knight and Chuck LaWayne paying homage to Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we dropped that for Dr. King's birthday during Black History Month. And, you know, the bars is crazy. And the video is actually paying homage to the Gangstar video, Words That Manifest. Okay. If you watch them back to back, there's certain little scenes and whatnot.
Rest in peace, Guru.
Rest in peace, Guru. Shout out to DJ Premier.
Shout out.
We appreciate all his support.
And with that said, we're going to go right into it.
For
all y'all listening, for all the people out there listening to Triple S Radio right now, stay tuned in. For all y'all watching right now on IG Live or Facebook Live, Twitter,
YouTube, trust me.
YouTube, all those things. Here's the video. Enjoy.
Until we are able to make this kind of witness in this city, so that the power structure downtown will have to say, we can't stop this movement, and the only way to deal with it is to give these people what we owe them and what their God-given rights and their constitutional rights demand.
They think it's murderous intentions from these lyrics that I'm spitting like it's a pin. I should sit in for this pin that I'm gripping, but it's Bushwood forte. You gotta pardon my spitting, cause of the way I'm connected. This is divine intervention, refined in a wisdom of the mathematical language of God wisdom. And I'm just a small fraction of the knowledge that the law given. I ain't pushed down a pen I was scripting, I pulled the pen that I was gripping. Unleashing this explosive mind of mine that's been drifting through a condescending system designed for my kind of slipping. But I'm kinda different, my thoughts are kinda Christian, but not like the seizure Borgia European concert giving. More like the real original Israelites on a divine mission. Well, when I put it like that, maybe it's more than kinda different. Y'all mind said Asian condoms to this kinda spitting, mind out with kind of vision. Too big to just kinda fitting. Keep it real, you ain't been stimulated from the inside, feeling as long as my condo's missing.
In the name of Allah, the yield is the merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah and his blessings.
They think too small, but I'm the size of vision. It's a new era in sound and children, but I won't diss them in. I won't condemn them all. Call it condom, cause when you black with a New York lifestyle, you understand, son. You used to make it was poppin', well not fitting in. I wasn't built for these rappers, raw as how I get it in. You got beef, talking hot dog to Frank, not with him. That's your man's, well, my boy gon' leave your smarts on him. It won't be no pardon when you beg pardon him. They'll pardon him from the parts of him. You'll piece it together while left puzzle. You ain't want no part with him. Hands shaking like the pom-pom of a cheerleader with Parkinson's. I got a short fuse, you spark it, I'll spark you. I'll Constantine that devil in you. Daily depart you. Meditate, check yourself, restore your natural order. Before we left to send you past the supernatural border.
Bismillah.